Hello everyone, it's time for another EU News Update, and we have a lot to talk about today. As always, for any merchandise that you see in this video, there will be links in the description where you can either buy or pre-order them. We are getting really close to the second Legends convention, and each passing month brings a whole host of amazing guest announcements. In fact, there are 3 new guest announcements that I'm happy to share. First, it's Paul and Hollis Davis, the authors of the children's book series Jedi Prince. Due to the series' admittedly goofy tone, and the fact that Lucasfilm and other EU authors hardly reference these books, makes most people overlook them. But if anyone can appreciate these books and their authors, it'll be the fine folks attending LegendsCon. The other guest is going to be none other than Chris Avellone, a very popular writer and developer in the video games industry. In terms of Star Wars, he was the lead designer and one of the writers for Knights of the Old Republic 2. So I think Chris will be very well liked at LegendsCon. You can meet all 3 of these individuals at LegendsCon 2 at the Arlington College Park Center on March 15th and 16th of 2025. The YouTuber Everest Productions further continues to impress with his Star Wars fan films. On August 6th, he posted episode 1 of his multi-part Darth Plagueis fan film, which even by itself is over 2 hours long. It also has stellar feedback from the fans in terms of views, likes, and several comments that say this fan film is even better than what Disney has been putting out lately. And if that wasn't enough, he just posted a teaser of a Darth Bane fan film that he's going to be working on next. Everest Productions is certainly helping the EU stay alive through projects like these. Disney and Lucasfilm should definitely be taking lessons from this, and make their own adaptations of Legends novels. In book news, we now have the newly revealed covers of the Essential Legends Collection Wave 12. Quick reminder, books in this wave will include Force Unleashed 2, Scoundrels, and Dark Lord Rise of Darth Vader. I think the Force Unleashed 2 cover is certainly more dynamic than the original, which is just a close-up of Starkiller. Now it's depicting the scene of Starkiller with his final battle against Darth Vader on Kamino. And it's the same art style as the Force Unleashed 1 Essential Legends cover, which was also pretty solid. The Scoundrels cover is pretty interesting too. It reminds me kind of a movie poster from the 70s or 80s or something. I do like the original with the prison lineup background though. I think the new cover of Dark Lord is also better, because Darth Vader just looks like he's menacingly stepping out of the shadows igniting his lightsaber. And I'm fairly certain the original cover is just photoshopped promotional material from Episode 3. The Essential Legends Collection Wave 12 comes out on February 5th, 2025, and is now available for pre-order. And the original Star Wars movie is going to be retold in the Collector's Classic Board Book format for fans of all ages. We've recently had Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi printed as board books in the past few years. But now we're getting one for A New Hope too. With art from comics legend Howard Chaykin, beautiful gatefolds, and a cinematic feel, this collector's board book is the perfect gift, no matter your generation, for both lifelong Star Wars fans and the littlest of Padawans. The Star Wars A New Hope board book will be released on April 15th of 2025 and is now available for pre-order. In merchandise news, we have a lot to go over. The updated 6-inch Black Series figure of Darth Maul, as he appears in The Phantom Menace, will be released on November 1st. He of course comes with his iconic double-bladed lightsaber, which can be split apart into 2 separate lightsabers. The Darth Maul Black Series figure is now available for pre-order. The Funko Pop of Darth Vader, based on his appearance in the original Marvel Comics, is now available. The packaging includes the comic art of issue 48, The Third Law, of which the Funko Pop is clearly based on, even including the detail of deflecting Leia's blaster bolt with his hand. It also technically makes this an EU figure, which I am always in full support of. Speaking of EU figures, Gentle Giant has been going all out lately in regards to EU merchandise. The GameStop exclusive gallery statue of Darth Malgus is now available for pre-order. One of the deadliest Sith Lords is now the next gallery diorama from Gentle Giant. Leveling his red-bladed lightsaber at an opponent, the deadly fighter and force wielder stands approximately 10 inches tall and features a removable hood. Made of high-quality PVC, this sculpture is based on Malgus' appearance in the video game Star Wars: The Old Republic. He comes packaged in a full-color window box and is set to be released on October 31st of 2024. Also from Gentle Giant is Jes Gistang from the Legacy comics. This character is a super deep cut, only appearing in one issue no less. But that just makes me appreciate this statue even more so. Taken off the streets of Corellia by the Imperial mission, Jes Gistang was raised for a life in the Stormtrooper Corps, eventually joining the 407th Division's Joker Squad. Assigned the BB-23 heavy blaster cannon, Gistang fell in battle when one of her power packs was pierced by blaster fire. But her spirit lives on in this 1/7 scale resin statue. Part of the Premiere Collection, the statue depicts her resting after a battle, blaster at her side, and is limited to only 2,000 pieces. It comes packaged in a full-color window box with a numbered certificate of authenticity. Jes is now available for pre-order and is set to ship in Q2 of 2025. And from Hot Toys and Sideshow Collectibles comes the 6-scale figure of Chewbacca and a disassembled C-3PO as they appear in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. The exquisitely crafted Chewbacca collectible figure features a newly developed sculpt styled in wool hair with articulated jaw, multiple layers of fabric hair with various shades of brown throughout his whole body, a distressed brown bandolier, a blaster, a bowcaster, handcuffs, and a display stand. In addition, this collectible figure includes a disassembled C-3PO with body parts finished in chrome application. A net is also included for fans to recreate where Chewbacca carries C-3PO on his back in the movie. The Chewbacca and C-3PO figure is now available for pre-order and is expected to ship between July and December of 2025. And also from Sideshow Collectibles, and straight from the cantina, is the Scum and Villainy Collection, a series of limited edition Star Wars 6-scale figures that brings your favorite intergalactic outlaws and mercenaries to your nearest home spaceport. Thus far, the figures that have been revealed are Greedo and Ponda Baba to start with, along with Dr. Cornelius Evazan, Labria, and Garandon all coming soon. And there are likely to be even more reveals in this line as time goes on, if the silhouetted figures in the background are any indication. Inspired by Greedo's appearance in A New Hope, this fully articulated, highly posable Star Wars figure wears a cut-and-sew fabric costume including a turquoise and cream jumpsuit, a brown vest and belt, and white boots. The Greedo 6-scale figure comes with a blaster holster, and a right hand for holding the weapon. Greedo also features a pair of relaxed hands to increase display options, giving fans the opportunity to recreate his iconic scene in the Mos Eisley Cantina as he plays it cool with Captain Han Solo. Fans can further customize their display with an alternate left hand holding a cup of blue milk, available only as a swap-out part of the exclusive edition. It is now available for pre-order and is set to ship between April and July of 2025. Ponda Baba wears a cut-and-sew fabric costume including brown pants, black boots, a light gray shirt, and a bright orange jacket. The Ponda Baba 6-scale figure comes with a blaster holster, and 3 alternate swap-out hands featuring Ponda's viciously clawed fingers. Fans can further customize their display with 2 relaxed flipper hands, a flipper hand for wielding Ponda Baba's modified blaster, and an alternate holster. These additional Aqualish accessories are only available as part of the exclusive edition of this limited figure release. It is now available for pre-order and is expected to ship between May and August of 2025. From Regal Robot comes the concept maquette replica of the Gammorean Guard in both the Signature and Legacy editions. The Signature edition of just 125 pieces includes a plaque signed by ILM veteran and creature maker Dave Carson. Carson was the original sculptor of the Gammorean concept maquette and the final character mask for the film. The extremely limited Legacy edition of just 60 pieces goes beyond a Signature edition to provide each owner with a truly unique work of art. Each hand-painted maquette in this Legacy edition will include a premium expanded plaque, including a full-color, one-of-a-kind Gammorean Guard illustration, hand-drawn and watercolor painted by Carson. This maquette was the first step in designing the iconic and memorable Gammorean Guards for the movie. With hands-on access to the original film artifact and high-resolution 3D scanning, the Regal Robot team crafted a faithful recreation of the concept maquette for the fan-favorite Jabba's Palace alien from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. It will become available for pre-order on September 3rd. Also from Regal Robot is the giant screen-sized Wampa wall bust. At approximately 32 inches tall, including hair, it's based on the creature's specific look in the special edition of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Developed with high-resolution scans of original artifacts and extensive first-hand examination of the original costume from the film, this new bust is part of the Star Wars Archive Collection, a continuation and expansion of work creating authentic replicas with impeccable lineage. Each polyurethane resin and mixed media bust is 100% made in the USA, with hand-painted, hand-applied effects-grade fur, hand-laid hair, and the same fur treatment used in the film's production to simulate ice. These busts are carefully crafted masterpieces that are hand-finished by the artists in a New York studio in extremely small batches. Limited to just 50 pieces, the signature edition comes with a certificate of authenticity and framed metal plaque hand-signed by ILM artist Howie Weed, who is part of the team who made the costume for the film and was inside the costume performing as the Wampa in the movie. And in video game news, the remastered edition of Bounty Hunter has been pretty well received by fans. This is the win that Aspyr has desperately needed for years now, following the controversies with the Coder 2 Restored Content mod not being added to the Switch port, or the disastrous buggy release of the Battlefront Classic Collection. I'm hoping Aspyr has now learned from their errors, and the next remastered Star Wars games are going to be in the same vein of quality as the Bounty Hunter remaster. Fingers crossed. And finally, in SWTOR news, Update 7.5.1 The Greatest Bounty is now live. Players will be meeting up with Cantek Bren of the Bounty Broker Association, thus kicking off the Greatest Bounty. For the entirety of the season, the Bounty Contract event will be enabled. This season will also feature the World Bosses from the Dark vs. Light event. As the World Bosses have made a return, so has the DVL currency that can be used at the DVL vendors on the fleets. Note that Darkside bosses will drop light tokens, and vice versa. Some of the rewards that can be purchased through these vendors are the Righteous Mystic and Dread Mystic lightsabers, Honored Saberist and Honored Adept armors, Dread Enforcer and Dire Taskmaster armors, and the Noble Champion's Speeder and Malicious Tyrant assault mounts. And the latest additions to the cartel market include the Imperial Commando armor, Deadly Outcast armor, Short Locks, the Lotus Blade lightsaber, the Burning Embers lightsaber, as well as the Lotus Blade and Burning Embers dual saber. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below.